Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
How's your day going?
Going good, thank you, yes.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Bronco Nation, when I score, Jackson pours. Each game I score a touchdown, head to Jackson's on Monday for a 49-cent fountain drink with Let's Go rewards. And don't forget your free banana, Jackson's. Let's go.
It's the all-wheel drive event at Lithia Ford of Boise. From hunting trips to ski trips to trips to Grandma's house. Nobody does AWD like LFB. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. Game time is approaching, and we're getting you ready with the latest pregame news, interviews, analysis, and more from BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Have a pregame score prediction or comment? Let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud sponsor of Boise State Athletics and proud to support our student athletes through exciting NIL partnerships. From the blue turf to wherever life takes you, Lithia Ford of Boise is here to get you there. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. The title sponsor of Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. For all your painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show on Bronco Nation News.
Good afternoon, Bronco Nation, and welcome to the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls, Idaho. We got up before 5 a.m. We made the flight from L.A. to Salt Lake. We made the drive from Salt Lake to Idaho Falls. The biggest game in the country, according to Ken Palm today, St. Mary's and Boise State. And we are here for Bronco Nation News to provide coverage for you. That's what we do at Bronco Nation News, Abe. We covered the football game last night. Wouldn't miss this basketball game today. So happy to be here. Hope you can hear us okay. Let us know, see us okay. They got us up here in the penthouse suite, Abe Jackson. But you made the trip here. I made the trip, and should be a fun one today.
Yeah, I think so. The third year they're doing this, and I know that St. Mary's likes to have this on their schedule as well.
You got a problem with your mic or what? Too loud, too low, too what? Oh, it came out. There we go. I knew we had some sort of issue there. Blame myself for trying a unique setup here on the live shot here. Abe, pushed it. It just slides right in. I'll see if that did the trick there, Abe.
Oh, I'm back.
We good?
I'm back. I'm back.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. Blame Abe, not myself on that one. But we got a unique setup here in the corner of the arena, and I kicked the cord there. So we were saying two good teams. I know it's a weird venue, but should be a fun one today.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And I think that, St. Mary's likes this. It's a neutral court. You don't have to do a home and home going to each other's venues, and this is the third year that they're doing it. And Boise State has won 2 close games. They're 2-0 over the last couple of years doing this rivalry really here in Idaho Falls, and I know that the fans in this part of the state like it as well.
Now, I know a lot of people say, and I've gotten numerous messages, why are they playing this game in Idaho Falls? Why not playing this game in Boise? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, both teams get paid. They get money for this. Their travel's covered. They get some extra money. I'm not sure if it's NIL or for the program, but the programs get paid for this game. Both teams do. And then the more important reason, the net rankings and the KenPom and all that qualifies this as a neutral court game. So top 50 in the net would qualify this as a quad 1 game versus if this game were, say, in Boise, St. Mary's would have to be top 30. So both these teams get more of an opportunity for a quad 1 game. Both of them would rather play this than a true road game in the other team's arena, and they get paid as well. So it's a unique spot coming 4 hours to Idaho Falls, but it does make a lot of sense.
Well, and another thing too is that you branch out your fan base, and that's one thing that just talking with Coach Rice in passing, he said, he liked coming out here because it gives another part of the state a chance, Boise State fans, to see Boise State basketball that they might not have seen them. This might be the only game that they get to see, all year long because they live out here, but they're Boise State fans and they get to come out and watch them. So I think it's great. I think it's been 2 great games. I think today's going to be a great game. The rankings are up there. I mean, what's St. Mary's? They're 15?
17th in the net, at least unless it updated today. I know
Boise
going into
State's
yesterday
44.
they were 17 in the net.
I think Boise State's 44. So it's going to be a good game.
He's Abe Jackson. You'll hear him coming up in about 21 minutes with Bob Beeler, 670 KBOI. I know a lot of you are watching, asking about the video stream. We'll get the details from our man Garrett Jones, but I know it's going to be on broncosports.com. If you want to watch a video stream, there is going to be a link. They're setting it up right now, and if all goes as well, broncosports.com will have a web stream, but 670 and KTIK.com, you can listen to Bob and Abe as well. But Abe, this is a big game for Boise State. I mean, you think about the Hawaii Pacific game and how everyone was writing off the season. I mean, Joe Lunardi has them, when you wake up today, the second team out of the tournament before this game. I mean, they were out of the tournament before the season started. They were not in his initial field. So all of a sudden, if you win this game today, you could say it was a net positive in the non-conference. As crazy as that sounds, losing to Hawaii Pacific, you would go to start the season outside the tournament to start conference play, in Joe Lunardi's eyes, improving your status and being in the NCAA tournament. I feel like the whole feel of the non-con would be so much different if you're 8-3 with a win today.
Oh, this would be huge. It would be huge for all the rankings that you're talking about too, but also this would be 4 wins in a row heading into conference play when you open up the conference at Nevada next weekend. And so, the numbers are huge. And I think one of the reasons that they're making this jump is because of the way that they've beat some teams, right? They beat Butler 10 or maybe 9, way outperformed what they were supposed to do in that game.
Yeah.
Outperformed what they were supposed to do against Duquesne, beating them by 20. Outperformed what they were supposed to do against Wichita State, beating Wichita State really handily as well. So, it's not just that they're winning games, but they're winning games in this numbers era by a big margin, more than what they're projected to. So they're just continuing to climb, and you get any type of win here, 1 point, 5 points, whatever it is, and you're going to see another big jump.
The KenPom number does have St. Mary's by 1. I think the point spread is St. Mary's by 2 last I looked. So slight favorite for St. Mary's in this game. But as you said, 3rd year in a row they've played this game. I'll be shocked. I'm kind of shocked, Abe. I'll be honest that St. Mary's for a 3rd year in a row agreed to come over here and play this. After the first year, you thought, okay, they're done doing that. Then last year they agreed to come play this game again, and you're like, okay, that's definitely the last time they're coming over here after losing again. But we mentioned the money. the quads and what it lines up to be. St. Mary's third year in a row willing to come all the way over here to Idaho Falls. And as you said, Boise State's won the first two in some great games.
Yeah, it has been great games. Overtime last year, and the Broncos ended up winning that game. But, I think it's the numbers that you're talking about is one of the reasons why, probably a main reason why St. Mary's comes and plays this game is because they don't have to go to a true road game, but they still get the ability to get a quad one win as of right now because Boise State is in the top 50 and on a neutral court. So that's the reason you go, because those things are so important, especially when you're looking at NCAA, either in that large berth or in the placement in the tournament. So, they lost the last couple of years, but I think it's, I think it's something that St. Mary's enjoys doing, the money wise, and of course also for the rankings.
We'll dive into St. Mary's here before we get you out of here, but let's talk Boise State for a little bit. 3-game winning streak, the Chaminade game obviously to finish up the Maui. They get the 9 days off. They go to Butler, get the huge win. We talked about that, and then come home against Duquesne, another nice win there. What are you liking about the Broncos right now as they're on this 3-game winning streak?
Well, the defense has become elite in the last few games. I mean, it really has. Against Butler, they held them to no field goals for the last 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Now, they did have a couple right at the very end with 10 or 8 seconds. But I'm basically saying the last 6 minutes and 35 seconds, there was no field goals for Butler in that game. Now, the Broncos weren't really scoring either. They were up 7, and they traded about 8 misses in a row, but that was fine at that point. And then the defense against Duquesne was also very elite. They just shut down a team averaging almost 90 points, held them to 20 points under their average. And I think you could start talking about, as of right now, if I'm going to look at maybe an all-conference defensive players, I think Keene could be up there, and I think Buchanan could as well. Buchanan's defense has taken a huge jump.
Well, we take a look at the KenPom numbers. Boise State now number 23 in America in defensive efficiency. And how about this? Number 1 in the nation in defensive rebounding right now. Nobody in America is giving up fewer percentage of offensive rebounds than Boise State, 22.6%.
Yeah.
So essentially 4 out of every 5 shots the opponent takes, Boise State gets the rebound. And I know we talked about this last postgame, maybe pregame, and I know it's common sense, but when you're not giving up second chances and you only have to defend 1 shot and you get the rebound, it makes a big difference. And I know Leon Rice, they have a system how they chart every rebound. It's a staple of Leon Rice programs. Every year they're near the top. And once again, number 1 in the nation in defensive rebounding. And that's been a big key these last 3 games.
Well, and a couple things with the rebounding is, one is if you don't rebound for this coaching stuff, you're not going to play. I mean, that's just flat out. If you're not going to rebound, you're not going to play. And so you can see the guys buying into that. And 2, defensive rebounding helps so much when your offense is struggling. If you're struggling offensively and you're giving up offensive rebounds, you're probably going to lose the game because you're giving up some extra points. But if you're struggling offensively and you're getting those stops but getting the rebound, then that helps when you're not shooting, in the high 40s and you're hovering around the low 40s like we've seen the Broncos do, but still able to get some wins.
Dylan Andrews, the UCLA transfer, is providing a lot in terms of scoring, but a lot of it's coming from the free throw line of late. He has really struggled shooting from the field. I think it was 4 of 19 maybe in the Butler game. I think he was either 0 for 8 or didn't have a great shooting game against Duquesne. I mean, he's been a decent shooter in his career, so you expect those shots to start falling. He's still, not turning the ball over as much lately, still getting some assists. I think he was like 0 for 7 on shots inside the three-point line too. Like, what are you seeing from Dylan Andrews in terms of great job getting to the foul line and making some free throws, but trying to make some of those layups, and he loves that pull-up jumper too.
Well, the pull-up jumper is something that he can hit. It was a little odd that he missed so many of those against Duquesne, but what I do like is that he was getting to that spot almost effortlessly against Duquesne. He was getting to that free throw line area in the dotted line and pulling up for those floaters and those jumpers. So those are shots that he can hit. It was probably just an off night for those type of shots for him. But then you look at Fielder and Carmichael, who've also come into their own in these last few games. You might not need 15 points from Dylan Andrews if you got Fielder and Carmichael giving you good offensive games.
How nice has it been to see the balance? And Carmichael in particular has come on, but maybe one game it's Fielder, and he's certainly playing with some confidence these last couple games. Buchanan's had his big nights. Meadow has had his nights. It just seems like, Parolin had the huge game against Butler, but it's nice when you don't need Tyson Degenhardt to score 25 points or you're not going to win.
Right, and it makes it easier offensively. If you're having a couple guys have an off night, well, you have a couple other guys that can probably give you 15 points if you need to. So there was Bob and I were talking that this year you could see 5 or 6 guys, I think, leading the team in scoring. And as sitting right now, I believe with Carmichael leading that last game against Duquesne, I think we're at 5 different players have led Boise State already this season in scoring.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you can balance out the scoring attack and not rely on one guy, and then, like we said, defense and rebounding, I mean, you're going to be in most games you play.
You are. We talk about the Butler game. Probably the best win of the season so far. And they were up 7 in the second half, and they couldn't score. Boise State couldn't score, but Butler didn't score. And all of a sudden the clock just keeps ticking down and ticking down and ticking down, and you're still up 7, and then the game's over. So, the defense and rebounding has won Boise State some games.
What do you make of the setting today? It's a Sunday afternoon. It is, for all intents and purposes, according to KenPom, the number one game in America today. You got a big-time officiating crew. 2 of the top 4 refs in the country are here because there's just not a lot of games, and this is the best game in America. But just the way that the setup is, and it being a Sunday, and I know there's a lot of folks in this part of the country that just have religious beliefs and things not to come on Sundays, and so the attendance, the ticket sales are not great for this game. I know it's one of those BYOE games, bring your own energy, but smaller arena, may not be full, but it's not on TV, but in the end, like the committee, the numbers, like nobody cares about that. It's like you just got to find a way to win this game.
No one's going to ask any of those questions
Yes.
when you look at it. You're going to look at the W or you're going to look at the L when it comes to this game. The last couple of years, this place has been packed and it's been really loud and a great environment. It will be interesting on a Sunday afternoon what it's like.
All right, so St. Mary's, they're 9-1 on the season. As you mentioned, they come in at number 17, I believe, last check. And in the net rankings, they're number 32 at KenPom. Their one loss was a blowout loss to a really good Vanderbilt team who's top 15 in the country. They're coming off a win last Sunday. They haven't played since last Sunday, beating Davidson. But defense is 19th in the country as well. So 2 of the top 25 defensive teams in America. Might be a little bit lower scoring, struggle to score type of game. But what do you make of St. Mary's? Once again, just kind of quietly, not super pretty, but you look up and their numbers and their record and their metrics are great.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be tough, and it's going to be a physical game. St. Mary's is big. They got a couple 7-footers on their team. One of their best scorers is a tall 6'8", 6'9" guy who's a long and lengthy transfer from Arizona. And what St. Mary's does is they don't beat themselves, and they run their stuff well, and they run you into the ground. They take almost all the shot clock time. It's not like Duquesne where they got a shot up within 10 or 15 seconds. St. Mary's will run it down to under 10 consistently and just wear you down defensively. This is going to be a game on the defensive end where you just have to be mentally tough and mentally strong to play an entire 30 seconds of defense and then really lean on your defensive rebounding, because if they make you play 30 seconds and you give up an offensive board, they're going to make you play another 30 seconds, and chances are you're probably going to give up a bucket playing defense that long.
What else do you see as keys to the game for Boise State tonight?
I think they're going to have to shoot a pretty decent percentage because there's not going to be as many possessions because of the slow down type of pace that St. Mary's plays. You're not going to get as many shot attempts. So if you're in that high 30%, you're not going to score a whole bunch of points. So hopefully some shots go down at a better clip.
And like we said, to wrap it up, Abe, I mean, there's in terms of the feeling going into conference play and just, I mean, not to put too much on one game. Your season's not over if you lose this, but it does seem like a win would just be massive.
It would be massive. And you have some time before the next game too. So it's not like you have a game right around the corner. Next weekend is when you go to Nevada. So this would be big heading into conference. It'd be big for the numbers and to just keep it rolling. You've won 3 in a row right now and looking for 4.
All right, we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout while I readjust the camera here. We'll show you warm-ups. We'll keep this thing going. Get your score predictions in. Let us know where you're watching from. We made it to Idaho Falls. Looking forward to this one. You can listen to Bob and Abe coming up in about 10 minutes over on KBOI 670. Boise State, St. Mary's. We're here at the Mountain America Arena. We're back in 30 seconds on Bronco Nation News.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
Back here live from the Idaho Falls Arena, the Mountain America Arena. Unique venue. They got us up here in the corner tonight. Hopefully you can hear us okay, see us okay. My name is BJ Rains, and we appreciate all you guys for checking us out here at BroncoNationNews.com. Excited to be here. Made the trip. By the way, Garrett, are you going to need to borrow my mixer?
We might be good. Hello to the BNN fans pregame here. We might be good, so we'll take that for now.
Can you give us a quick, let us know where folks are. Garrett Jones does a tremendous job covering Boise State. Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot here. Let me get you on camera real quick. Come over here for a quick second. A lot of folks in the chat trying to find out where can they watch this stream today. You are going to be the one calling it. How can they find it?
BroncoSports.com/watch. Right now we're working on getting it to YouTube as well. So stick with us. Keep an eye on social media. BroncoSports.com right now.
BroncoSports.com. And then when they go there, where's the link or what?
You should be able to go to multimedia, and BroncoSports.com/watch is where you're trying to go. So
/watch.
We know that it's up and good. We will try to get it out there a little bit more too.
Okay. And you do a lot of the women's games. You've done a lot of games. But what's the signature kind of, I mean, do you have like the Mike Breen, bang? Are you a Marv Albert? Yes. What can folks expect to hear on the call today?
That's a good question. I kind of go for like a more of a Dan Shulman thing, honestly. Just kind of like cool and collected, but I do like a yes every now and then. But we're never gonna replicate Mike Breen. Okay, so we let him have the bang and let him enjoy that one.
Now, up here in the corner, can you still get the same? Can you get in? I mean, the energy's not quite as good up here sitting by me as it is down there on press row.
It's not that bad. This is where we were last year. So some of your audience might not remember. I was right in the middle of Ashton's Heisman ceremony. So we were here last year doing the exact same setup, exact same output. That's where it was. I know you were tuned in, but that was literally it. It was the exact same setup as last year. So I guess we're used to it a little bit, but you'll get used to it after the first 5 minutes.
So 2 years ago, we were at Circa. It was the Mountain West Championship. The next day, Boise State at UNLV, and they put the game on the big screen for us at Circa for Boise State. That one I think was on TV.
That was on Fox Sports 1. Yeah.
Last year, as you said, I remember Chris Coots and all of us were on our phones, Jay Tust, watching at the Heisman ceremony, but nothing going on today. Had the football game last night, and now this game takes center stage.
Yeah, no, we want to put on a good show. Like we said, we're working really hard pregame to try to get everything. We're a bit out of our element here. Tyler and Jonathan do a great job back in Boise, making it lickety-split with all of our other streams, but we're 4 hours away, so we're trying to kind of coordinate it and doing the best that we can. So we appreciate it.
Even your last-minute, hodgepodge setup, I guarantee you, is way nicer than mine. So
I don't know about that. Look, you're on the air right now, though.
That is true. That is true. In 720 HD or whatever, yeah. Well, appreciate you, man. Good luck on the call. Again, BroncoSports.com/watch, and you're hoping the Boise State Athletics YouTube.
Yep.
All right, there it is. Garrett Jones, appreciate him for coming on. I'm going to continue to bug him in the background here as he gets set for his broadcast, but you just heard it there. This game will be on Boise State Athletics website, broncosports.com. They're asking if there's any good food at the concession stands. Have you made it down there?
We were looking at the drink menu. It looked pretty good, but we're working right now, so it's a little bit different. But we had some Culver's before. That hit the spot pretty good.
Okay, that is true. And yes, there is I don't know if the waitress is coming up here, but there is a menu up here where they've got us where there's brisket, nachos, chicken wings, chicken tenders, there's pizza, and then the 20-ounce draft beer. And then they have the King Can 25-ounce. Maybe in the second half we'll really have a party here. They've got all different kinds of options, but I don't see Sun Cruiser, our sponsor, on here, so I think I'm good for today. But no, going to be a lot of fun. The crowd is filing in, as you can see. I'm going on 3 hours of sleep right now, but I'm kind of punch drunk, so to speak, just fired up for this game. Like I said, my first time coming over here to Idaho Falls for this game, and got to bed at 1:35 Pacific time and woke up at 4:40. So literally 3 hours and 5 minutes was what I set my phone down, and got up about 4:40, I think it was. 7 a.m. flight over to Salt Lake. 3-hour drive up from Salt Lake in the rental car, and got here and literally came straight here. Actually, the Love's truck stop parking lot, I changed and put on some jeans and a nice shirt. So if any of you were in the Love's truck stop about half an hour ago, I apologize if you saw anything you weren't supposed to see. But we changed in the parking lot, put on some deodorant, went in the bathroom, did the hair, and we're ready to go here for Boise State and St. Mary's here at the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls. I was going to say downtown Idaho Falls. I don't know if they really have a downtown or, just a non-downtown area. But you see St. Mary's down there warming up. Boise State has left the floor. We are 33 minutes from tip-off. Again, you just heard this game will be at broncosports.com. You can go to the broncosports.com/watch. They're also trying to get it on the YouTube channel, so there'll be multiple ways, hopefully, to watch this game with the esteemed Garrett Jones on the call. And, kind of a bummer it wasn't picked up for national TV. Nobody wanted to compete with the NFL. I get it today. But Boise State working hard to try to find an alternative for you guys. And technology permitting, they'll have a live stream up and going here for the game. And we'll see. I've got some money in my wallet. How much it's going to take to get the I was trying to let me do the color, but I don't think I'm allowed to. So they heard me on the broadcast a couple weeks ago against Wichita State, and I guess that was the end of it. But I'm getting the thumbs up that they are going to have the broadcast going and everything is going to be good. And that'll be at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Boise State, St. Mary's against St. Mary's, number 17 in the net rankings. This would be a quad 1 win. It would be by far the best win of the season numbers-wise for Boise State. And you see St. Mary's leaving the floor. So I think you're going to have some fans on both sides, but you're not going to have many fans on either behind either basket. It is going to be a unique atmosphere here for this game. Luckily, it is a smaller arena, so you won't be able to tell it as much. But again, it's a Sunday afternoon. I get it. Religious beliefs for a lot of folks, they just can't make it and don't want to make it out for a game today. And you can't fault anybody for that. But my understanding was they had a high school tournament in the arena all weekend. They couldn't do this any other day. Not sure why tomorrow night wasn't an option. I'm not sure, but kind of a bummer that couldn't get this on national TV and couldn't get a little more hype and excitement around this game. Because as I said, this is by far the number 1 ranked game in America here on KenPom. They have the rankings, and it's not even close. You guys know I am a nerd when it comes to the officials, by the way, as well. Kip Kissinger, the number 1 ranked official in America. He's a bald guy that you probably recognize because he literally does every big game all over the country. He works 7 nights a week. Kip Kissinger, the number 1 ranked official at KenPom, is the lead official for today's game. Marquez Pettigrew, he checks in at number 4 in America as well. Kip Kissinger did the Utah game in Salt Lake yesterday, so he gets an extra game check by coming up to Idaho Falls today for this game. Marquez Pettigrew, again, number 4 at KenPom. He was doing the he did the Gonzaga UCLA game yesterday in Seattle. And so he makes the trip from Seattle, I guess, down to Salt Lake and then drove up as well. And then Michael Greenstein, the number 22 ranked official in America, he did the double overtime game, Ohio State and West Virginia yesterday, and then makes it all the way from Cleveland, Ohio, here to Idaho Falls, Idaho, for this game today. So 3 of the top 22 officials in America here for this game. And, referees are independent contractors. The more games they ref, the more money they make. And a lot of them will go to extreme travel efforts and things to try to ref as many games as they can. And the top officials in the country get more options to ref the better games and ref more games. They get first choice on a lot of these games. So when there's not many games on a Sunday and it's possible to make it here, they're going to do that. And so you've got the number 1 ranked official, the number 4 ranked official, and the number 22 ranked official at KenPom all here for this game tonight. We got a lot of comments. Appreciate you guys for chiming in with where you're watching from, your score predictions. We've got 518 of you on the chat right now. We appreciate that. I hear myself echoing. Is someone else listening to me in the background over there? Oh, maybe so. Is this a better arena compared to CenturyLink? I would say CenturyLink's probably a little better, to be honest. I mean, this is a nice arena, but CenturyLink's bigger. This is it's a cool atmosphere, cool venue with the suites and the row of suites here. But I would say probably that I would vote CenturyLink. I like it a little bit better, but they are very similar, to be honest with you, for the stable asking about that. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go, Boise. Get 3 in a row. We got Javen Buchanan's family chiming in the chat. Appreciate you guys, as always, for watching. What league or division is this? This is Division I college basketball here today. This is a big-time game, so whoever is chiming in on that, this is literally the biggest college basketball game in America today, right here at the Mountain America Arena, coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Boise State and St. Mary's. I was going through the menu. Now everyone's hungry. Brisket nachos sold. Don't know how this one is not on national TV. Not sure. As I said, 75-68, the projection for the stable. That'd be a really nice win. 62-53. 78-74. Are they streaming this game at all? Again, I'll continue to say it because I know folks are kind of coming in and out at different times. This game is streaming at broncosports.com. They're working on getting that set up. They're saying it's going to be good to go. So broncosports.com, there's going to be a watch live link there, and then potentially on the YouTube channel of Boise State Athletics as well is where you're going to be able to watch this one as well. But I know folks are frustrated with the football score last night. You get a chance to hopefully take out your frustration and turn that into a good finish to the weekend here with Boise State basketball. This is just a massive opportunity. As we were talking about with Abe Jackson, you think about how this season started, losing to Hawaii Pacific and everybody kind of writing off the season, saying their at-large hopes are dead right there on the first night of the season. But here they are, a chance to win this game and go to 8-3 in the non-conference. They have 2 quad 1 wins. They have a road win at Butler, a neutral site win against St. Mary's on your resume, and then other quality wins, including Wichita State, Utah Valley, Duquesne. I mean, there's some nice wins on the schedule, then a couple close losses for in Maui to USC and NC State. So I know it's hard to believe or fathom, but like I said, right now, Joe Lunardi has Boise State as the second team out of the tournament. You win this game, as you see Boise State taking the floor here. They'll be in their home white uniforms today as they take the court to a rousing applause from Bronco Nation here in Idaho Falls as the Broncos, 26 minutes on the clock, get set to take on St. Mary's. And like I said, there you go. That's a little better there. I mean, they're the second team out of the tournament. So if you win this game today, you will be in the NCAA tournament in Joe Lunardi's eyes. And as I said earlier with Abe, you started the season out of the tournament in Joe Lunardi's eyes. So you would have a net positive in the non-conference going from out of the tournament to in the tournament, even with a loss to Hawaii Pacific. So big-time resume opportunity. You lose this game, you're obviously going to have to do some things in conference, and you're going to have to do things in conference either way, frankly, and you're going to have a really strong, next couple of months in conference play. But a win today does, I think, really make an at-large bid more of a possibility here. And to have another resume-building win on your resume, like I said, it's a big-time game. So it's a massive crowd. You do still have 25 minutes until tip-off here, so the folks who are in the beer lines and the hot dog lines, it'll pick up a little bit. I know they sold some more, certainly more seats than this, but it's not going to be a sellout. Behind the baskets, you're not going to see many seats sold. I do think on the sides, they sold a pretty good amount of seats. The sides behind the benches, though, you can see on the far side, those are almost all sold. They sold kind of three-point line to three-point line on this side over here. So it is a bummer, big bummer that this game's on a Sunday afternoon in a town where, unfortunately, tough to get folks with their religious beliefs to come to a sporting event. And I'm not going to bag on folks for that. That's your beliefs. That's your deal, and we totally respect that and understand that as well. You would hope and think there's enough other folks in the area that could fill this place up. It's not a very big arena, but based on ticket sales and the crowd right now, not going to be completely sold, it looks like, for this one. I see our man Dayton Robinson down there in the front row. He's here. He lives in Idaho Falls. Good to see Dayton, my tax accountant. He's down there holding his kid, and cool to see him here. And if you live in this area, pretty cool for a rare chance to come over here to Idaho Falls and see Bronco Nation. But, it is what it is. Crowd may not be the biggest, but like I was saying with Abe, nobody cares. You find a way to win this game. If this place was empty, if it was sold out, a win's a win, and it's a chance for a big-time resume builder for Boise State as they get set for conference play. Okay, we have yet another person asking if this game is on TV tonight. This game is not on TV. It's at broncosports.com/watch. Just go to broncosports.com. And are we good on the YouTube, Chris? Is it going to be on YouTube? Do we know? It will be on the Boise State Athletics YouTube channel as well. So just go to YouTube, and the Boise State Athletics YouTube channel will have the game as well. As you all know, because hopefully you're watching this on your smart TV, but you just go to YouTube on your smart TV, make it full screen, click on it, and it'll be pretty much like any other normal game. So excited to be here, excited for the game. It should be a good one, and excited to be here for Bronco Nation News and BroncoNationNews.com. Going to take a quick timeout. Keep getting those score predictions in. Keep getting those comments. Where are you watching from? And we'll continue to keep you guys updated as we get closer to tip-off. Score predictions. We've got our keys to the game and plenty more still to go here from Idaho Falls, Idaho, the Mountain America Center. Boise State getting set to take on St. Mary's here in about 23 minutes. We'll be right back on Bronco Nation News.
Eat Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
How's your day going? It's going good. Thank you. Yes.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Bronco Nation, when I score, Jackson pours. Each game I score a touchdown, head to Jackson's on Monday for a 49-cent fountain drink with Let's Go rewards. And don't forget your free banana, Jackson's. Let's go.
It's the all-wheel drive event at Lithia Ford of Boise. From hunting trips to ski trips to trips to Grandma's house. Nobody does AWD like LFB, Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Back here live at the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Boise State getting set to take on St. Mary's. You see Andrew Meadow getting some shots up. This was a little bit earlier. This is not live, so that's why there's no fans in the background. But Andrew Meadow and the Broncos getting some shots up. You see Javen Buchanan in the background there as well. Big opportunity here for Boise State, again, as they look to get another quad one victory. By the way, someone's asking about the 49-cent fountain drink at Jackson's. Don't forget, they are honoring that tomorrow no matter what. He did not get in the end zone yesterday. Does not matter. To honor Latrell Caples and his 6-year career at Boise State and his deal with Jackson's, you can go tomorrow and get a 49-cent fountain drink from our friends at Jackson's. Got to use that Let's Go Rewards app, but a fountain drink, 49 cents tomorrow at Jackson's using your Let's Go Rewards app, and that is tomorrow, all Treasure Valley Jackson's locations, 49-cent fountain drink using your Let's Go Rewards app. As Linda says, totally respect Latrell Caples, stayed and worked hard, wish him the best. No doubt about it. Believe it or not, he actually has another year. I don't know how much it would take to convince him to stay, but I mean, Latrell Caples told us he technically has another year of eligibility. He said he was not going to use it. He was not coming back, but theoretically, if they can't find anybody in the portal, how much can you offer Latrell to come maybe go out with a better year than he had this year? I don't know. Probably a 1% chance of that happening, but it is possible, I would guess. You see St. Mary's on the court. We're in their red uniforms, Boise State and the home whites down at the other end. Yet another comment about how do I stream this game. It is on the Boise State Athletics YouTube channel. You can always also watch it at broncosports.com, but I would say, as someone that is broadcasting to YouTube right now, when we're done, just flip over to Boise State Athletics on YouTube, and the live stream will be available there. Boise State Athletics on YouTube, and you can watch this game, Boise State Athletics YouTube channel. Again, best game in America today, but with football, I understand why some of the networks maybe didn't want to put too much resources. Not the easiest place, 3 hours from Salt Lake. They do have a couple flights that come in, I think, from Denver but not the easiest place to get to, and it would have taken a lot of production on the TV side and paying to get folks in here and things like that. So not ideal place to broadcast a game. And on an NFL Sunday, I can see why, Fox or CBS may not have wanted to broadcast this game. But it is a bummer, but that means you get to hear the soothing voice of Garrett Jones on the Bronco Sports YouTube channel and website as well, on Boise State Athletics on YouTube. And you also have the option to listen to Bob and Abe on the radio side as well, 670 KBOI. We'll be back post-game. I'm hoping if they win, Leon Rice and a player or two will be nice enough to make the trek up here into the corner, second level. If not, we may have to figure out something and start a little later. But as someone with a 4-hour drive ahead of me, I would love to fire this post-game show up right after the game. Hopefully they win. We get Leon and a player to come up here and join us in the penthouse suite, and we can talk about a Boise State win. But we will have a live post-game show coming up right after the game. Bronco Nation News on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X. Steinbauer Sports says we want to see Peanut. Yeah, you'll be seeing Peanut out there today. He has an opportunity to follow up an impressive game, career high against Duquesne, 24 points, I believe it was, 25 points, something like that, against Duquesne. And you'd like to see him continue that confidence, because when Pearson Carmichael is connecting from the outside like he is, it just adds another dynamic to this game. I see our friend Bob Berry walking in. Now, he's got ties to both sides here. He's a big St. Mary's honk, but also is in the Lyle Smith Society as well. He's down there with his family walking in the hat on the left side of the screen. Love Bob Berry. There he is shaking Mike Burns' hand, but he's wearing a St. Mary's sweatshirt here, so he's conflicted. But love seeing Bob. He's a big BNN supporter as well, so we appreciate him. Hey, remember our offer, Sun Cruiser. If you take a picture of yourself having a Sun Cruiser and send it to us on social media, we will put all those names in a hat and at the end of December and give away a prize pack from Sun Cruiser at the first part of January. Sun Cruiser, our new studio sponsor here at Bronco Nation News. We're in the Sun Cruiser studios. Delicious iced tea vodkas. They have the lemonade vodkas as well. You can get them at your local Jackson's. You can get them at Albertsons. I believe Ridley's has them as well. So check them out and send us a picture of you having a Sun Cruiser, and we will make sure to enter you in the raffle to win some cool prizes at the end of the month of December. So you see Boise State going through some defensive drills at the end of the court. We got 15 minutes on the clock. You see St. Mary's going through some shots down at this end, and big time opportunity, as we've been talking about. Boise State, a chance to get that quad one win, a chance to go into the conference, play on a 4-game winning streak, go in with some momentum, and a chance to really strengthen your resume, because let's be honest, St. Mary's, they're not going to lose a lot of games this year, and so they're going to have an opportunity to really keep those numbers strong all season long. So you have a chance really to help the metrics all season long with a win like this. So I mentioned it earlier. You see the officials on the court. If you're joining us late, 2 of the top 4 officials in America are doing this game. The number 1 ranked official in America, Kip Kissinger, is over there talking at the scorers table. You see Marquez Pettigrew, Michael Greenstein, the other 2 officials, Marquez Pettigrew, number 4 at KenPom, and Michael Greenstein at number 22. They're not necessarily ranked on actually the quality of their calls, but they are ranked on the quality of the games they get assigned to ref. So if you get assigned to ref bigger, more high-profile games with higher-ranked teams, that means you must be better at your job. So you're going to show up higher in the rankings. So Kip Kissinger has reffed more games than anybody in all of college basketball coming into today's game. He has reffed 39 games. He's only had, I think, 3 days off since the season started back on November 3rd, and he is the number 1 ranked official in college basketball. Marquez Pettigrew has refereed 34 games. He is ranked number 4. He was in Seattle yesterday for Gonzaga and UCLA. Kip Kissinger did the Utah and Mississippi State game yesterday, and as I said, Michael Greenstein was in Cleveland, Ohio yesterday for the double overtime West Virginia-Ohio State game, and he makes the trip over here as well. So not a lot of games on a Sunday, and an opportunity for the better officials to collect another check today, and they get to ref a pretty good game today as well. According to KenPom, it's the only game in America featuring 2 top 50 teams. You've got, USC is 36. They're playing Washington State. They're 171st. New Mexico is hosting Florida Gulf Coast, but they're 177th. So you've got, some individual teams playing, but St. Mary's, I believe, is the highest ranked team playing today. Boise State is like third. So by far, this is the best game in America here tonight, whatever it is, here at the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls. Let's see what we got here. How do you watch the game? Broncosports.com and the Bronco Sports YouTube channel both will have the game. Where is this? Looks like a small arena. This is the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls, Idaho. We have made the trip. We were in LA last night covering Boise State football in the LA Bowl, and we have made the trip here to Idaho Falls via Salt Lake City, renting a car. And by the way, shout out Pinnacle Windows and Glass. I got to shout out our friends at Pinnacle Windows and Glass. They helped us out with the rental car, and it was tremendous stuff. So we really appreciate Pinnacle Windows and Glass. I'm trying to find what they wanted me to mention about them, but they're a tremendous company, locally owned. If you're looking for high-quality windows and doors, they have that lifetime warranty. Pinnacle Windows and Doors, they can help you out. Pinnacle Windows and Doors, trusted windows and doors experts in Idaho. And again, lifetime warranty on glass replacement too. You can check out their website, and that is pinnaclewindowsidaho.com. We appreciate their support with the rental car coming up from Salt Lake today. But a couple keys, as the Buchanan family says, control the boards, hopefully speed them up. Certainly Boise State, as we mentioned, the number one defensive rebounding team in America. So Boise State's going to try to not give up second chances and find a way to control the glass. And you got to make some shots. They've been starting to make some shots lately, but this is a very good defensive team. We mentioned Boise State checking in the top 25 in defense. Well, so's St. Mary's. They're one of the best defensive teams in America as well. And so certainly tonight, this is going to be a chance for Boise State on the national stage to make a statement. And like we said, you got to rebound, you got to defend, and you got to make some shots. It sounds pretty easy, but basketball really is pretty simple, and rebounding is a massive difference. I think Leon Rice has only lost like 5 or 6 games in his Boise State career when they won the rebounding battle. It's pretty much standard. You win the rebounding battle, you're going to win the game. And Leon Rice has proven that here at Boise State, and that's going to be a big key today is rebounding, defense, and finding a way to make some stops, and probably going to be a little lower scoring game. Both these games against St. Mary's has been a little lower scoring at times, 2 strong defensive teams, so got to take care of the ball. Can't turn it over. Hey, appreciate Matt Bauscher Real Estate. Number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher. Check him out online at BauscherRealEstate.com. ShopRidleys.com. Shop Ridley's. We appreciate them. And download that Skip app. Get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line. And transportation compliance service, TransCompService.com. We appreciate Jeff Meinert and company, TransCompService.com. You can check them out online. Now let's listen to the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see dawn's early light? What's so proudly weeping at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, if that doesn't fire you up for basketball, I don't know what will. What a rendition of the national anthem. Didn't catch that gentleman's name, but wow, as B. Spain said, killer voice there, and that fires you up for some basketball, no doubt, here at Idaho Falls, Idaho, at the Mountain America Center. I was thanking a couple of our great sponsors that make our travel to the football game, to be here for the basketball game, all possible. That, of course, includes Signature Roofing. Speakpipe.com/BNN. Signature Roofing, whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, or an inspection, you can check out our friends at Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. I was giving TCS, Jeff Miner and Company, a shout-out. Transportation Compliance Service, transcompservice.com. You can get into the trucking industry every step of the way at transcompservice.com. Those overweight DOT permits, everything you need there. You can check them out at transcompservice.com. And Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game, thespateam.com. Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. They've been around since 1978. They're part of the Boise State home team. Check them out online at thespateam.com. We're getting set for tip-off. 6 minutes on the clock. Boise State. Garrett Jones is firing up the pipes. He's warming up. He's going to be ready to go here shortly on the Bronco Athletics YouTube channel. It'll be at broncosports.com as well. So I know some of you are asking where you can watch this game, where you can stream this game. It is not on television, unfortunately, but it's your treat as you get to hear Garrett Jones on the call. The BSU is streaming it, and they'll have it on their, again, YouTube channel and broncosports.com coming up here in a couple of minutes. So Andrew's in the building. Andrew, where are you sitting at here? Turn around. Give me a wave. I'm up here in the corner. Not sure where you are, what section you're in, but we'll give Andrew Hill a shout out. I know he's here somewhere in the arena watching on his phone. We appreciate you as well. I'm looking through the arena. No one's waving at me or going crazy, but appreciate you guys. Here comes St. Mary's. About 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to jump off here. They're going to get their stream going. We appreciate you guys for checking us out. Boise State, St. Mary's, again, a big one coming up, and you can go to bronconationnews.com to subscribe. 50% off right now, our annual rate at bronconationnews.com. And that's $5 a month, a full year to bronconationnews.com. And you can get read Mike Prater, Nathan Carroll, Chris Van Sickle's recruiting coverage, all kinds of coverage at bronconationnews.com. And we'll be back post-game, full post-game show coming up after the game. Again, you can watch the game on the Bronco Sports YouTube channel, broncosports.com. Appreciate you guys for checking us out. Here comes Boise State taking the floor. Nice crowd, making some noise. Long day, not much sleep, but pumped up to be here in Idaho Falls for a big-time game. Boise State and St. Mary's. Enjoy the game, everybody. Go check out bronconationnews.com. Go support our sponsors. Crack open a Sun Cruiser, and we will see you guys on the post-game show. Head on over to the Boise State YouTube channel, broncosports.com, and you can watch this one. Boise State and St. Mary's, live from Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls, Idaho. We'll talk to you guys on social media. You can follow me on Twitter at BJ Rains, at BNN Bronco Nation. Check us out at bronconationnews.com, and we'll see you on the postgame show. A big one here in Idaho Falls, postseason implications, and we got you covered online. Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com. Enjoy the game, everybody.